Sunday, and Joe has a bunch of yard work that he's doing right now, and I just figured I would get started on the stenciling that I was going to do on the sides of my new home here, because tomorrow I have plans with a friend, so I won't be around to do anything tomorrow. I just watched some YouTube videos on how to do the stenciling, so I'm going to try to do what those professional stencilers do. We'll see if I can pull that off or not. So without further ado, as Joe would say, on another riveting episode of the ultimate tailgating trailer, here we go. Finished this stenciling, and at first I was very hesitant about how it was going. I didn't think it was going to be dark enough, and then I just decided to get over it and that it wasn't going to be perfect, and so I went with that, and I kind of love it. It turned out great. This addition of the word station down here, that was an unapproved addition. Joe does not yet know about that, so hopefully he's fine with it. I think he'll love it. But if any of you have ever been to a game, one side of the stadium yell Husker, and then the other side of the stadium yells Power. And so I thought that would be super cute on this wall to have Husker Power, and then I thought, Power station? Hello, how can you not do that? I'm so excited that that's done. When I was doing this H, the very first letter, I was so scared because it felt like it was taking forever and I didn't really know what I was doing. I got over that and it turned out great, and it went a lot quicker as I went and I got used to what I was doing and stuff like that. So not as bad as I thought, but I don't know what carpal tunnel is, but I think I got it in my wrist from doing this. So, but anyway, that was my Sunday's work. Husker Power Station.
All right, on today's riveting episode of the ultimate tailgating trailer build, it's actually starting to come along. All right, so if you missed the last video, we have the outside painted in white and red. We have the Nebraska end right there. We've got Herbie right here because this is gonna be where the bathroom is going to be. We have the walls right here that we are going to be putting in today. Lauren painted those black and white on this side. If we continue down this side, we have the other end on this side. On the back door, we have that painted black as well. I put an extra board on here where the TV is gonna go, so it has something kind of solid to mount to. And if we shoot to the inside of the trailer, yesterday, she painted this and it looks fan-freaking-tastic, and she even put the little word station there because after the bathroom walls are installed, we are gonna have like a smaller cubby right over here on the side. If we can put smaller power stations in there to power everything, then we can. And if we don't, we'll just have the power station sitting somewhere out here. And I'm guessing that's what she was going for with the Husker Power station. And then on this side, we also have painted the Nebraska in red. Lauren did that the other day, and then over the weekend she also painted the inside white, and that is looking fan-freaking-tastic as well. And then Lauren also painted this piece right here. That's going to be like the cubby door that goes right over there. So we'll have to cut that up. That's another thing that we're going to try to do today is make the little cubby door. All right, so this is where we're sitting at right now. The main goal, we actually wrote it down this time, and I'll go over that real quick and then we'll get started. So here's our list that we could come up with right now for things that are left. So mount the toilet, put in the walls, which that's what we're going to do here right at the beginning. Make and put in the cabinet door. Again, that's what I'm going to hopefully get done today, is put in the walls and do the cabinet door. Hang the Nebraska in, that's the big in that's going to be put on those walls. Install the TV bracket and possibly hang the TV. Hang the Huskers sign. Oh yeah, that was another thing. It's actually inside, but after we hang the TV right up here, we have the Huskers logo that's going to go right down there. Back to the list, cut a rug. That's going to be the rug that's going to go on the flooring in there, the fake grass, so we can make a little football field out of that. Put on some stickers, the license plate and all that kind of stuff. We still need to paint the tongue black. You know, the trailer tongue up here, we might just put a fresh coat of black paint on that because I think we have a little bit left over. And then maybe some lighting on the inside of the trailer, bathroom, inner handle and lock, so we can at least close and lock the door whenever you're in there using the bathroom. And then Lauren said we need a TP caddy and possibly a hook inside the bathroom. And of course, we still need to register the trailer. All right, that's our list. Some of those are kind of small and go pretty quick, but the main thing is getting the bathroom walls installed. So that's what we're gonna do first. And in order for me to do that, I just have to kind of back out a couple of these screws back here. Once the walls are placed in, I'm gonna drill some holes down here across the bottom and just go directly into the floor. And then I'm also going to drill some holes along this side so I can mount, you know, the outer walls to the edge and front of the trailer. So we'll mount it to this wall right here, mount it to the ground going this way, and then up the wall right up here. Let's get to it. Set you there. For these inner walls, I do have to pull these off so I can get to that inner side so I can mount this on the trailer, which kind of sucks, but that's how I gotta do it. I'll scratch. And we'll just touch up the screws once we put the wall back in. All right, got the walls just kind of set in here, and whenever I got this wall in here and kind of put in place, I have a little bit of a problem. So this brace that goes across the top is sitting a little bit lower than the ones that I was measuring from, so the wall doesn't fit where I need it to go. So I am gonna have to do something back here so I can get it around that rib. I don't know if I'm just gonna kind of trim a little notch in there or what. And then the other thing, there is a little piece right there that I'm gonna trim off, which is no big deal, because that's roughly where the wall is gonna go up. Okay, so next part of the plan is trimming that down. All right, I don't have to trim very much, just this little area right here. So I'm just gonna use a jigsaw and just cut a little notch in there if I can, and see if we can get it fit in there that way. Hopefully that will clear that little brace in there. Nice. Boom, I think that's gonna work. That's all we needed it to do. Let's just go around that brace. There's that little piece right there I gotta trim because it's not flush. I'm just gonna use the oscillator tool for that. Good enough. Boom! Got some bathroom walls. Boom, there we go. Got the bathroom walls, well, partially installed. Of course, I still need to put the coverings back on. So let me get this squared up and then we'll drill some more holes. Got it all squared up, but I ran into one more minor issue. Right up here at the front of the trailer, this is all curved plastic up here. And I'm kind of right up against it. And if I put my screws in to hold this wall in place, I might end up kind of poking or putting a lot of pressure on that plastic. So I am going to just kind of notch that corner off real quick. But other than that, I got it all nice and squared up in here and it looks good. But I'm gonna have to take it apart one more time. All right, Lauren is here and she's really excited because the walls are going in.
It's cool.
Got it basically set in place where I want it. So I'm gonna drill a couple holes across the bottom and then set those. Maybe like one or two, you know, along these walls just to make sure it stays in place. All right, Lauren?
Yeah.
It's definitely not going anywhere. Somebody's probably gonna tell me I should be using exterior screws of some sort because these are gonna probably stick out the bottom. It's going nowhere. Boom, Lauren.
Yeah, boom.
This is pretty sturdy in here. It's going nowhere.
Extraordinarily pleased with yourself?
Yeah. Oh, just barely. Like a glove. One wall done. Boom! We have bathroom walls. Holy crap, what a freaking difference. Now I made this thing, I guess, so freaking tight down here. I ended up peeling part of the floor up right there, putting that in. And then same thing for that little corner right there. But we're not gonna tell anybody because I don't think you're gonna see it anyway. Looking good. Boom, there we go. Got the bathroom wall all complete on this side. We got our little cubby. Don't mind that inside wall because we're not going to cover that. I don't think it's going to matter anyway because I'm going to build a little cubby door, you know, that comes out this way. Probably do that here in a couple of minutes. It's looking better than I thought it was going to look, honestly. So, all right, on to the next thing is building the little tiny cubby door right there. Going for the EcoFlow?
Well, I feel like that's the one that's most likely to fit in that spot, right?
You stuck there? Got a little speed bump?
It's heavy.
It is heavy.
I for whatever reason, I didn't think it was going to be that heavy.
Okay, Lauren, you're just this excited you want to put the
Yeah, don't you?
power station in there right now?
Yeah, the hole and everything. Oh my gosh.
It's like a perfect fit.
It really is. You said we don't have expansion batteries for this.
No, I don't have one, but I can make a DIY one.
What does that mean?
Well, I can use that watt cycle cable and then plug in another 48-volt battery.
I wish we had a cute one that looked just like that, but like half the size that you just set
Yeah,
on
EcoFlow
top.
makes those.
Why don't we have one?
They never sent one.
EcoFlow. We need an expansion battery for this guy so that he can fit in our deal when we go tailgating. It's very important.
Well, that's what she looks like.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks
Don't you
great.
think?
Perfect fit. There's even plenty of room on each side and in the back. Oh yeah, we got tons of room back here.
I love that. I'm so excited. This is what it looks like in the center of that piece.
So, am I making the door swing open the other way then? Okay, So the plan, Lauren was thinking if we make the door swing open this way, that'll be like the best way. So that's what I'm gonna do. Gonna raise it off the ground a little bit down here, just in case we need to run cords and stuff underneath, so it'll be raised up a little bit. And then at the top, I'm not gonna be able to like match the same angles as I did over here, but that's okay. I mean, it's just a little cubby door anyway. Let the cutting begin. And I also went inside and traced the line on the inside so I can cut this back here as well. Maybe just nick that top edge off. Okay, I just need to kind of straighten up my edge. For the most part, I think that door is going to work. And then I'll work on making a frame for it. Alrighty, got my little cubby door made. It's not anything special. I just ripped down some thinner pieces of wood that I had and put it right there on the back with some brad nails and some construction adhesive. And then I've got my little hinges on here. I'm gonna try to conceal them on the inside. I'm just not sure how I'm gonna get it all lined up and perfect. But that's where we're at. Hopefully I can get this door installed. Kind of too wide at the top, and we're kind of perfect down here at the bottom. So really it just needs a triangle cut out of it. Okay, back to cutting. Okie dokie, one trim down. And we'll see how we fit. I think that fits great. I just have too much other stuff in the way. There goes my door, probably broke it. If I had like 6 hands, that would be great. Just need the door to stay there so I can kind of mark it. I gotta trim the top of the door. Just a little off the top. Little off the top, please. My LEDs aren't working. Okay, trying again. I already broke one screw. I ran into the metal beam, so I drilled it out and I put one of the screws back in it. I knew it was gonna break and it broke. So now I'm down to 3 screws. And I just moved the bottom hinge a little bit to hopefully line it up a little better. I'm good with that. And it even squeaks just like an old screen door. Perfect. And then I'll probably put like a little, I got a lock for the bathroom door for the inside. I'm gonna have to get another one because I'm gonna take that one and probably put it somewhere right around here so the door will stay in its position. But now we have a cubby door. Boom! Here we go. It's like a little closet. There we go. I don't know if I'm gonna put a little stop on this side or not. Could. Just so the door has something to sit up against. But if I have that little lock on there, that might be just good enough. On to the next thing. We might actually hang this end real quick so I can get that kind of out of the way.
Yeah, I say put it.
Like within a 1/4 inch of this?
I say put it right up to that if you can.
Oh, right up to that.
Yeah. That might be pretty darn close.
Looks fantastic.
Yeah.
We have an N. Look how awesome that's looking. That looks really good, actually. what do I need to do next? I need to put the little tiny lock right there. That spot looks good. I lost my apex bit. I found my apex bit. There's like absolutely nothing holding that on the backside. It's just going through this little tiny 1/4 inch plywood. Yeah, totally missed that. Both sides. That's okay. Just needs to sit there like that. Good enough. All right, on to the next thing. All right, I think we're gonna do something a little easier. We're gonna hang the TV mount. At least I hope it's easy. All right, this is the one that I got. It's got the articulating arms, so we can basically turn it whichever direction we want. And it should be strong enough because it's got 2 arms on it. At least that's what I'm hoping. Now, I'm sure this back door is very level. And they even give you a level. Now we have an articulating TV mount. All right, this is gonna be the TV that we're gonna put in here. It is a Samsung 40, I think it's a 40 inch, and I either got it off the side of the road or I got it from a e-recycler. It does have a couple issues. I think the upper row of like LEDs are not working, so it's a little dimmer up at the top. But other than that, I think it works just fine. And that's the one that we'll use right here. It's actually a pretty good size for this door, and it's not too heavy either. And if I have to remove this while we're going down the road, then I can. I put it on upside down. Just kidding. Got some screws back here to basically lock it down or lock it in place so it can't fall off, supposedly. All right, now we can bring this out to wherever we want. Look at that. Cool. So I can angle down pretty far, actually. So depending on how we're sitting. But I wonder if this would survive going down the road like this. Maybe put a couple of bungee cords going across it. I don't know. We got the TV mounted. Boom, there we go. You can see me in the background. Got the TV mounted, and we can basically angle it all sorts of ways. And we can tilt it down if we need to. Nice. It's looking pretty freaking awesome so far. What else can we do? Oh, we do have a Huskers logo that's gonna go down there. Maybe I should go grab that. Do you like it straight?
I think so.
Okay. All right, we'll go straight then. It's like the weirdest size of Star Allen.
You don't like compliments?
I do. Thank you. Don't want to go too deep. What do you think?
Looks so good. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Looks real nice.
Boom! There we go. Got the Huskers logo installed. Got the TV moved up a couple inch or two. And now everything looks fan-freaking-tastic. Holy crap. We're moving right along. I didn't think I was gonna get this far today. All right, I think the last thing I'm probably going to do is secure the dry flush toilet in the bathroom. Lauren has figured out the magical position for the dry flush toilet. She determined this is the spot. So next thing I need to do is mount it to the floor. All right, I'm getting ready to install the Laveo, and I've got the mounting kit right here, and they do give you instructions and a video you can watch by scanning that QR code, which I did do. And basically what they want you to do is put this sheet right here. This is a template. I want you to put that up against the wall that you want to, where you want to install the toilet, and then you're gonna drill some holes. You got 3 holes up here, you got 4 holes right here, and if you do it like this, your toilet's gonna be about 1.5 inches off of the wall, but we want it a little bit closer. I mean, that's basically where Lauren wants the bracket, because that bracket is going to sit on those right there. These 2 brackets right here, this one gets mounted to the underside of the toilet, so you gotta drill some holes and mount that. And then basically what happens is you slide the toilet up and it locks in like there, and then you tighten down the wing nuts right there. That's basically what I'm gonna do, is drill my holes right up there and drill some holes down here, and then we'll flip the toilet up and then put the other mounting, or excuse me, the other template. I want you to cut across this line, and there's some little marks down here. You line up with the bottom of the toilet, set this on there, and then you're gonna drill 4 holes right here so you can mount this bracket to the bottom of the toilet. So that's what I'm gonna do real quick. I'll probably put you on a time lapse while I do this. All right, that was super easy. It took me like 3 to 4 minutes, literally. So we got our 2 brackets right down here, and then we got the bracket on the bottom of the toilet. So now all we're gonna do is basically set the toilet down over the 2 brackets and then slide it back, and then tighten down these wing nuts right here. Those wing nuts are gonna be right back here. And everything flipped over. And there is a washer on there, so I'm actually going to take my wing nuts and washers off, since I put mine a little bit closer. So I've got the wing nuts and washers sitting right down here, but basically all we're doing is going to slide her on back. There we go. Yeah, we're locked on the front. Just got to put our wing nuts and our washers back down. I just took mine off because it was a little bit easier to do. This is where it's handy to see with your hands. Boom, there we go. Now we can take a dump. Okay, there we go. That's the little wing nut on the bracket. That's all you had to tighten down, and that's basically on both sides. So you just got a little side to side motion, and that's basically it. Not much. Boom, there we go. Got our own little bathroom in our ultimate tailgating trailer. Nice. No plumbing or anything like that. Basically, it's like a diaper genie in here. Nice. Look at that. Oh, that's gonna be so nice. Thank you again, Dry Flush, for sending out this badass toilet. We can't wait to take a dump in it, or at least I can't. I don't know about Lauren. Okay, I think I'm gonna start calling it a day for this video. We've gotten quite a bit done, and just, I guess, a quick little recap. We got our mount and TV installed. We've got the Husker logo installed on the door. Lauren's got Husker Power Station on that wall. We got the bathroom walls installed. We got the end logo installed, and I got the little cubby door installed right back here. Boom! Lauren was so excited she put the EcoFlow Delta Pro in there just for testing her out. But holy crap, you guys, this is really starting to come together. I mean, look at that. Look how awesome that looks. All right, I'm gonna start wrapping it up because I'm sure this video's gone on long enough, and we've gotten a little bit of progress made on the ultimate tailgating trailer. I don't think there's really too much left. I think the only things I might do in here is I do have some white LED lights going across the top up there that you can see. I put those in a couple years ago when I took the trailer down to North Carolina for the disaster relief stuff. But that's hooked up to the trailer lights, and I've got a switch right here that I can turn those on and off. I might add some other LED lighting in here that I can hook up to the power station whenever we're, you know, tailgating, etc., whatnot. And I might put some going across these little beams and stuff, but we'll see whenever that time comes. We're probably going to do some more stenciling something on this side. And then one of the other things, of course, will be cutting the rug so we can fit that in here. And then I think we just have a couple more like decals or stickers that we're gonna put on the trailer, and then I think we're practically done. We will probably at least do somewhat of a test run before we you know, officially take the trailer out tailgating to make sure everything works correctly and is up to snuff. All right, that's pretty much all I got for this riveting episode of the Ultimate Tailgating Trailer Build. Make sure you come back next Wednesday for the next video release, and we will see you on the next
Shenanigans.